Okay, exercise 5. Alright, so if we go back to the example, we are going to do something very similar but slightly different. I've given you the base to start with, and you see that I've given you a point to start from, and I've given you some center lines. And there's a bit of a clue of where these things end. Okay, now I want you to go and draft what I'm showing here at the correct center. So please keep measuring this, otherwise you won't get the correct answers. Okay, alright, straightforward. Once again, you can go to objects, objects beam. Okay, you can use rotate, totally up to you. Okay, now if I go to my measurements, it is 1500 by 38. Okay, so we know. So I can simply go 38 by 1500. And I know that I have to start at this point over here, and I can simply snap this point over here. Now, once I've put an object down, you can simply select the object, select the corner. Now you can use the rotate function. It will open up this little rotate tool. Use the rotate tool, and you want to snap it from there, and you want to go 90 degrees. Okay, so my first one's in place. Again, I can select this point over here. Okay, but remember, drag, control to copy it. Voila. Okay, so now we've got these two in the right place. Quite nice and easy. Now we have a slight issue where we've got the center lines of where these objects need to go. Okay, so now we're going to go back to beam, object. Now I know the first one's going to go up here at the top. But remember, I don't know how long this is going to be, so I'm just going to drop another one here. Okay, you can go and measure that, but I'm just going to explain something as well. If you select these edges, you can drag these corners, by the way. So here you can drag these corners and you can drag it into the location. You'll see it automatically adjust this dimension. So that's good to know as well. So these objects, you can go and drag them. So there is that function with the drag tool. You can make them bigger and smaller just by dragging. Totally up to you. I'm going to select this top object now. Selected at the top. Remember, switch off drag. You need to go to this drag tool. I'm going to hover. Make sure that's my selection. Alt Shift. And I'm going to move this down by 114. So if you go to my measurements, you'll notice I've given you that dimension. Okay, so you're going to click here and you're going to move it down by tab, minus 114. Good. So now that's in the right location. Now we've got one in the center. Drag and copy. So you want to drag and copy, drag and copy. Okay. Drag and copy. Sometimes that's a better tool to use than left right click. Okay, good. Snap that to there. Good. Now I don't know where the center is, so I'm going to use my construction lines. Now by default, you'll see that it'll snap in the middle. Again, snap, it'll snap in the middle, just like that, and snap in the middle. So you've just snap it, you'll see it'll find the middle, So if you get that right click, it's found the middle. Likewise, horizontally, you'll see in the middle of that one, it'll snap, drag, it'll give you that yes mark where it's found a center or mark to snap to, and likewise with that point there. You could make these lines and then use the array tool. That's an option as well. Okay, if you want to erase one line by accident, you can just right click on this and you go erase lines, and you can erase what you want to and just press escape. Okay, so in essence, I just want you to go and add some center lines to this. Now it's a slightly different center line. Oh yeah, we need to copy this object, so select this object, select the center of this object just like this, control drag down. Remember, you can lock it on the X and Y coordinates or at an angle, so that's another way to do it. So you can see drafting these objects or putting these components together, drafting is quite quick and intuitive. I can remove all these guidelines. I need them for the time being, so I'm not going to do it right away. Line tool. Now you'll see sometimes the last bit of line work tool that you used, the line type that you've used, will keep. You can also use this quick pick properties tool. You can select on this center mark and you'll see it will select those properties and add it to your drawing. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to create a bit of line work. I'm going to draw in this direction. Just remember, that was in the wrong layer, so make sure that you use the general drafting layer. I'm going to type 60 in this direction. Okay, I've got my first center line. So there's a bolt there, there's a bolt there, there's a bolt there, there's a bolt there. So if you're looking at plan, We're showing that the fixing line's there, so in essence these bolts there, there. And you've been doing this project as a workshop for construction, so you should be familiar with how this works as well. Now when I select the center of this line, I'm going to use the rotate tool. Click rotate by 90 degrees. Do that again, my apologies. So I'm going to click there again, rotate around center. I'm just going to undo that. So I'm going to click here in the middle. I'm going to use a rotate tool and hold control down. So control will rotate and copy. Remember the rotation tool will do the same thing, rotate and copy, or multiple copies. So you've got those options as well. Select these objects. Now this is slightly different. I'm not going to make this a object. I'm going to make this a group instead. So I'm going to make this a group, and I'm going to select the middle. So now I can go and say drag multiple copies. So maybe this is a better function. So I'm going to select there in the middle. I'm going to say I want one there, one there, one there, one there. So this is a much better tool sometimes. Okay, one there, one there. So multiple, that's a better way to do it sometimes. Then I can get rid of this original, don't need it. Okay, straightforward. Great, so now I can just switch off. If I don't want all my guidelines now, I can just erase all these guidelines, remove all guidelines. By the way, guidelines never print, so it's fine if they're in your drawing while you're working. Use them, they're quite intuitive to work with. Now I just need to please go and measure a dimension for me. So I'm going to say measure, I want you to give me a dimension from that corner. Please just have a look at where I'm specifying. Okay, so I just want you to give me that dimension. So please, whatever the dimension is I'm requesting, please give me that dimension. Thank you.